Hello and welcome back. My name is Caleb and this is CodeNaij. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please you should do so, and also click the bell icon so that you can get notification. We are going to continue our discussion on Boolean and conditional logic, and we are going to be looking at logical operators. In Python, the following operators can be used to make Boolean logic comparison or statements. There are three of them, which are logical operators: the logical and, the logical or, and the logical not. The logical and is the first one we're going to be looking at, and it is also called logical conjunction. What it does is that, for instance, you have A and B. If A is true, B is true, then if you use the AND, it will return true. On the other hand, if A is true and B is false, then it is going to return false. That means that both conditions must be true for AND to return true, otherwise it will return false. Then for the OR, it will return true if A is true and B is false. That means any one of these should be true for this to return true. If this is true and this is false, it will return true. If this is false and this is true, it will also return true. That is what the logical OR does, which is also known as logical disjunction. We're going to see an example here from what I have given here, which we are going to see in code. If A and B is true, then it should print C. Then in this one, if I am tired or if it is bedtime, go and sleep. So there are two options here. If I am tired, go and sleep. If it is bedtime, still go to sleep. We're going to see that in code. I'll open my terminal, and in my terminal I'll make this bigger so we can see what I'm doing. And here I'm going to see where I am at. Okay, I want to go into my desktop, and on my desktop, the directory we've been working on, okay, in this directory I'm going to create a file. I'll call this file, let's say, logical.py. I'm going to create a file called logical.py, and we open in our code editor, in our text editor, VS Code in this instance. And where is the file? Alright, it is here. And I will want to talk about logical AND at first, then we look at the other one. And then after that we'll talk about logical not, or alright, we start with this one. Let's declare a variable A equal 12 and B another variable equal 15, and then we can try to check if A is equal to 12 and B is equal to 15, print something. It works. Else, what do we print? Else print try again. Okay, let's save this and see. I'll open my terminal. I'm in the same file, Python course, so we Python 3 logical.py. You can see it works. It checks this is correct, this is correct. A is 5 and B is also 15. Let's say this is 13. We save this and we run again. Now you see it's giving the second one, try again. That means one of these should be correct. In this case, that means that both of them should be correct. This is correct and this is correct. This will work. in the second one, we're going to copy this again, and I'll comment it out. So it will not print. But instead of using and, we're going to use or. And or will work if both of them are same. So if this is 13, and we run this, it will print this one because this is correct. This is that when I talk of correct, I mean true. This is true and this is true, so it's going to print out true. On the other hand, if this is 12, I'll save and we run again. It will still work because one of them is true, the other one is true, which is this, and this is false. Now if I'm to make this one true and then make this one false and run again and run that again, it still works. So I'll make this true, I'll make this false, and the other one false as well. So what happens if we run this? Try again. So that is what logical operator is about. Once one of them is true, it will return true if one is true and the other is false. If both of them are false, it will return false. If both of them are true, it will return true. But on the other hand, if we talk of the AND operator, both of them needs to be true before it is printed. So that's that about logical and logical OR. The next one is the NOT. What NOT does is that it is the opposite of true. That means if something is true, you can quickly change it to not true. I'll give you an instance again here. Let's continue here. I'll comment this out. This is for logical NOT. So this is what we're going to do. I'll come here. Let me do this here. A is equal to true. So if I am to print A, it is true. Then if I put not A, it will return to false. That's what it does. It just changes the something from true to false. So let's come to code and see. So let's see how we can use this operator. If not is online, print come online. Before this, I'll create a variable called is online, because you have to declare a variable before you use it, and this is true. So in this case, the person is online, so this will not work because this will not be printed because the online is true. So let's see if we run this in our terminal, nothing will be printed because the person is online. So let's change it to false and see. Okay, it's now false, and if we run this again, that means the person is not online. It will request the person to come online. So that is that about the AND, OR, and NOT. We're still going to look at further examples of how we can use this. I would want us to build a simple app, and this is what the app will do. I'll create a file. I'll come out of this by quitting, and then I'll create a file called bouncer.py, and the file is here. I'll open this file here. What we're going to do is get age of user. This is what we're going to do in this example. We'll get the age of a user. So this is the app. This is a simple app we're going to be making. I'll explain. We'll get the age of a user, and then we check if the age is less than 18. If the age is less than 18, we print you're not welcome, and then next it will check if the age is above 18 but less than 21. If it's above 18, the person is allowed to enter but cannot drink. Then if the person is above 18, above 21, you will print you're free to do what you want. I'll comment this so we can continue. First thing is to get the age of the user input. Let's save it in a variable called age equal, we have to do the type conversion, which is int input, and we print what is your age. And after we've gotten this one, the next thing we're going to do is to begin our if statement. If age is less than 18, we can do something. That is, what are we supposed to print? Print you are not welcome. Right, then the next one, we check if age is greater than 18, and this is where we use and, because we have to check both of them, and age is less than 21. 21 is also included, so we have to put this sign here. Then we can print you are welcome, but you are not allowed to drink. And then the last one, else, that means the rest of the people. You can put your option, but you can say else if age is greater than this, but that's for the rest of the people. We can then print you are free to do whatever you want. So that is that. Let's try this to see how it works. So we're going to save this, and I'll open my terminal again. I'll create this bouncer.py. First it will request a, let's say 12 years, you are not welcome. And then let's see another one, 30 years. So we have to run the code again. What's your age? 30. You are free to do whatever you want. Let's see 21. You are welcome, but you're not allowed to drink. Let's see 18. You're welcome, but you're not allowed to drink. Let's see 22. You are free to do whatever you want. Let's see 17. So this is a good use of the AND operator. Let's see what has happened there. It first of all gets the age and it places the age here. For the first one, we use 12. 12 is less than 18. So if 12 is less than 18, it prints this. Else if, which is used as elif in Python, if the age is greater than 18 and that age is less than 21, that means the age is greater than or equal to 18. We start from 18, 19, 20, and then it checks this condition too. Both of them have to be true. 19 is greater than 18, but 19 is less than 21, so this should be printed in that case. Then the rest of the values should fall into this one. So that is what happens here. As we continue, we are going to see more examples where we're going to be using this.